Neighbors 2 Sorority Uprising stars Seth Rogen, Byrne, Zac Efron, and Chloë Grace Moretz, and is directed again by Nicholas Stoller, the guy who brought us the first one. Where the fuck is it? It's right here. This, seriously, not to overhype it or anything, but I really enjoyed Neighbors. That was one of my favorite comedies I've seen in a long time. I really enjoy Seth Rogen comedies, what can I say? And Zac Efron in that movie, like, the guy to me was that douche from the High School Musical movies. And then I'm like, oh, this guy's actually got really good comedic timing. He's very funny, very likable. Yeah, I like Zac Efron now. Come on, the guy's awesome. And in this one, Seth Rogen and Byrne, they're trying to sell their house, and then, oh shit, remember that frat house that's, like, empty now? Guess what? A sorority bought it. Fuck! Yeah, things are gonna get crazy. Tampons are gonna be thrown. Bloody soaked tampons. Ugh. And yeah, they're gonna go to war. And this time, Seth Rogen and Byrne, they got Zac Efron on their side, so they can't lose. And yeah, Neighbors 2. I almost feel like this is a warm-up for my talk about the new Ghostbusters, because that one, the whole criticism is, right now, oh, it looks shitty or whatever. Oh, because it's all women. And this one, it's like, you know what? In my opinion, this one wasn't as good as the first. Oh, why? Because it's all women? No, but that's how I feel. It's like, it's not that it's all women. But it's a sorority now instead of a frat house. And what I'll say is, because it's sorority, it opens it up for a whole lot of new different type of jokes you wouldn't be able to make with a frat house. And some of them work really well. But just personally, I thought the first Neighbors was way stronger in this one. This felt a little weak in comparison. Not that it wasn't enjoyable, but it felt weaker. Now, there's still a lot of positives. Seth Rogen and Byrne are fantastic together. They're an adorable couple. Like, they're just so fun to watch. I enjoy them. Seth Rogen's hilarious. Byrne also hilarious. She's a sexy mom in this, okay? What can I tell you? And very funny. And I like them together. They're so cute together, and they got their daughter now. And, yeah, the one joke with her that they keep recurring throughout the movie. Did it get a little old? Yeah. Was it still kind of funny and fucked up? Yeah. And Zac Efron returns, and thank God, because that guy is comedic gold. In this one, in the first, he's so likable. He's also built out of his damn mind, and I can't wait for that Baywatch movie. But he's just so entertaining. I love him as a comedic actor. He's great. And Zac Efron in this, immediately on his side, I love him. And he's actually has a character arc where this comedy and it's still got like slightly complex things going on with their characters. They gotta learn shit and expand and grow. I'm like, that's nice to see, because sometimes comedies are a little throwaway where the characters don't learn anything. It's just 90 minutes of laughs and then you move on with your life. This one, they added a little bit of a dramatic element, and it was also funny, even though it was dramatic, and some cool stuff. Some characters actually changed a little bit from the first Evolved. Like, I never saw that in the first. That's interesting. Yeah, Dave Franco. Yeah, he changes a lot. Is that a good Dave Franco? I just basically think of him and James Franco have a similar face where they smile. It's just like, it looks like that. Yeah, all the returning people are great. How is the new batch, the sorority? Like I said, it's not as good as the frat house. And not like the frat house was amazing. It's like, I loved Zac Efron and I loved Dave Franco. They were really good. Everyone else from the frat house was kind of forgettable. And this one's like, I like Chloë Grace Moretz, but not as much. And everyone else, yeah, kind of forgettable. Where it's like, Chloë Grace Moretz is good. She's Hit Girl. Come on, I love her as Hit Girl. And I'll always love her because of Hit Girl. But it's just like, she's not as good of a villain as Zac Efron was, and she's not as likable as Zac Efron, and she's not as funny as Zac Efron. Sorry, he's really funny. Fuck! But, she's still likable enough in her character. You know, she's kind of sympathetic, you understand where she's coming from, and as a villain, does work, but just not as well. It's just, it feels weaker and more diminished. But I do, because it's a sorority, like I said, they can do a lot more different jokes. Tampon jokes and stuff like that. Where it's like, yeah, I appreciate this car wash scene. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And yeah, and even though they still have like a Magic Mike thing with Zac Efron, it's like, I kind of enjoy that too. I was a little disappointed though, because like the returning people are all very funny. I don't know if it's Chloë Grace Moretz isn't the greatest comedic actress or whatever. It's just, it was never as funny or enjoyable. It was fine. It was good enough for a solid follow-up, but it just never worked. The magic was never quite as good as the first time around. So yeah, this movie is like, it's got some interesting themes and developments with character arcs and stuff going on. The writing seems pretty much as good, more or less, but just not as funny. They return to some of the old gags from the first one, just doesn't work as well. But still, this movie still has a lot of things to work on its own. It was an enjoyable follow-up. It's not one of those sequels that eclipses a first comedy, which almost never happens. It's like, name a comedy sequel that's as good as the original. The 21, 22 Jump Street movies, that's the only one I can think of, actually. I'll look right back here. Nothing. It's like Ted 2 all over again. It's okay. Not as good, but it's okay. So yeah, the villains this time around, it's like they're sympathetic, we understand them. They're just not memorable. It's funny, just not funny enough. And I hate to do like a comparison like it's not as good as the first, so it's a shitty movie. It's still a funny, enjoyable movie. You'll have a good time, just not as good a time. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my comedic taste where it's like, yeah, the first one was funnier. It's still good. Okay? Don't start commenting saying it's because it's women. I love women. Okay? Come on. So yeah, Neighbors 2. Not as good, but still a funny, entertaining movie. Still a lot of good jokes. A lot of stuff I'm going to remember. Like, that was fucking funny, man. That's good stuff. A decent follow-up. Not as good, but close to being on the same level where it's like, it's almost as funny. It's enjoyable. Like I said, the fucking tampon thing's actually going to scar my nightmares. So yeah, I'd give Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising a B. It was an enjoyable, funny movie. Check it out. I mean, Chloë Grace Moretz is very cute. Not as cute as Rose Byrne, though. I'll stand by that. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. So yeah, comment below. Tell me your thoughts on Neighbors 2. Did you think it was better, worse? Was it shit? Was it way better? And what's your favorite comedy sequel? Yeah, that's a thin list. It's like, what is there? Looking back, it's like 22 Jump Street, Pitch Perfect 2. There's not a lot of great comedy sequels. It's a dying breed. And I feel that's for a good... Anchorman 2 wasn't that bad. I enjoyed that. For I would go with 22 Jump Street. That movie's fucking awesome. I might go watch that right now. Channing Tatum. So yeah, comment below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.